Hello, everyone. Mike Dugan here with another 2-minute sales leadership hack. Today, we beg the question, what are my salespeople doing every day, Mike? I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing? Of course, you don't know what they're doing because you haven't set proper expectations. And then you have not measured them with accountability. And most important, you don't have leading indicators. Indicators that tell us every week, is my team or my individuals on glide path, above glide path, that's good, or below glide path to finish the week, the month, and the quarter. So first we need expectations. Let's say you've got folks that are dialing for dollars and they need to make 50 phone calls a week. Well, there are normally 5 selling days in a week, so that would amount to 10 calls a day. So Thursday rolls around and Kevin has only made 20 calls. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10, 20, 30, 40. Kevin, you should have made 40 calls. Kevin's only made 20 calls. We don't berate Kevin. As we said in the previous video, we separate the person from the behavior. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? You only made 20 calls. You know we're supposed to make 40. Is everything okay? Everything okay at home? How are you doing? But we hold him to that expectation because we know we're not going to get from point A to point B unless we have those 20 calls by Tuesday, 10 a day. I was speaking earlier this week in Omaha, Nebraska, with the College World Series of all things. And there was a roofer. They did commercial roofing in the group. And he said, Mike, I don't get, what are my leading indicators? And I said, Tom, it depends on what your business is. If I remember, you are a commercial roofer. He says, yes, that's right. He said, how do I know what my leading indicators are? I said, play with me right now. What has to happen first? Well, we have people making phone calls, marketing people. Okay, so you get the phone call. Then what happens? Well, then we schedule a meeting. All right, good. Then what has to happen? Normally we go out, we have that meeting. All right, and then what happens? Then we have to do a little inspection on the roof. All right, and then what happens? And then we normally send a proposal. I said, those are your leading indicators right there. How many meetings have you had this week, Bill? And we want to set some sort of expectation. 10 meetings a week, scheduling 2 a day. I don't think that's too much to ask, is it? No? Good. And then we want how many number of inspections? You can't sell the roofing job unless you have an inspection, so we got to have inspections. That's going to tell us, are we on path? If we had 10 meetings, we have 5 inspections. That means we're moving forward with half those deals. Good job. Maybe 5 is what the expectation we set for our people. Then we get into how many proposals have you sent this week? And at the end of every week, they're in a sales meeting with our sales leader in the back asking the questions. Why? Because the person asking the questions is in control of any conversation. Tune in next week to learn more about that. And then we see how everyone's doing to performance, to our expectations every week. Kevin, you're running at 90%. Julie, you're running at 120%. Bill, you're running exactly at 100%. And we know where they're having problems. Are you having problems getting the meeting? Are you having problems closing the meeting to get the inspection? Are you having problems with the proposal you're sending out, not closing sales? But those leading indicators from phone calls, if we ain't making enough phone calls, it's going to be hard to get inspections. If we're not making enough inspections, it's going to be hard to get a proposal. If we're not sending out proposals, it's hard for them to sign the proposal and give us a deal. And so we have those leading indicators to tell us, are we on track? And we measure them weekly in a weekly sales meeting. And we know what our folks are doing every day. Expectations and accountability. Mike Dugan, Commonwealth Consulting, signing off. Have a good sales week, everybody.